Well, the chickens are getting out. Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. Chickens have been getting out, as you can see, which we are okay with. They fly out or go under the fence. We don't have that electrified. We talked about why in another video. So we are losing a couple eggs every day, but today I want to talk about what we are doing to make sure that we stay with a lot of eggs through the winter and into the spring. Well, there's some more chickens. Don't see any eggs though. Hopefully this will help answer some questions. Looking for some eggs down here. We get the question a lot, do you free range your chickens when we're at the markets? And technically, I guess we don't. We call it safe ranging. Obviously you can see they can get out if they want. We keep them moving so they're off of their manure. Hey chickens, check out some of these dust baths. You got chickens in there. Look at these holes they have dug. So chickens will do some digging. It's almost worse than our pigs. But no, we safe range our chickens and we'll move them about every week just to keep them on fresh grass. It is that time of year, even though I'm out here in a short sleeve shirt and the sun's shining, it's 70 degrees. Tomorrow's highs in the 60s and the next day's down in the 40s and pretty much 40s all next week. But it is that time of year when chickens start to lay less, and we have gotten rid of another flock. We got rid of our Welsumers. They're a little bit older, so we chose to get rid of them. As feed prices go up, you need to start making decisions. We need our chickens to be laying eggs, so every year I believe they lose around 20% of their laying, and as they get older we want to replenish our chickens and make sure we have fresh chickens that are laying a lot of eggs to help keep up with those feed costs. So I counted the other day, I think we are around 85-ish chickens, and they have been moving across this spot. If you remember, we started them over here and they're moving across here, so my next spot will be up there. We'll get them onto fresh ground. But egg production is slowing down with the changing of the seasons and less sunlight throughout the days. So what have we done to help combat that, and how do we move forward in keeping ourselves with a lot of eggs? Let's check that out. Well, there's a lot of things you can do. Some people will add light, because the longer the light is, the more the chickens will lay. We don't add artificial light. We do make sure they have a good feed and a good protein level, but eventually they're going to slow down in the winter anyway. So today we're going to go out and see how many eggs we're getting. We'll do that a little later this afternoon, let them finish up laying. I guess you could clip their wings so we didn't have to hunt for eggs everywhere. But there's a couple spots that we know where they're laying, so those are a few things you could do. Before we get over and check out what we've done, got to stop by and see the piggies. Here's Peach's little ones. Look how nice and green this grass is still looking. They're out enjoying the sun. Tomorrow's supposed to rain most of the day, so I'm glad they're out here enjoying everything. Here's Pepper's litter, growing nicely. Jamie's been out working on evaluating pigs that we're going to register, and we need to castrate some. Some will go into our meat herd. And last, we got Chloe over here using the bathroom. We'll give her some privacy. Check out her fat piggies before we head over. Check out our chicken situation. Hey pigs. Hey pigs, come here. Come here, pigs. Come here. Everybody wants to say hi. Come on. Come on. Come here, pig, 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 pig. Come here, pig, 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 pig. Let's sneak up. There they come. There's a big chunky boars. Our female. Thank you guys for the name suggestions on her. We haven't decided on one yet, but we've got some ideas. We'll let you know as soon as we figure that out. Piggers are doing good. Let's go check out our new chicken situation. All right, we're over here at my mother-in-law's property. We have moved our boars onto a new spot, and they are finding a ton of acorns and nuts and just going to town. They're like vacuum cleaners over here. So we are moving these guys just about weekly so they can clean up all these nice acorns and nuts that are down. But we're in here, and you can probably figure out what it is. Thought I heard something running in the woods. But Valley Farms sent out an email, and they've been out of egg layers for a while. And of course, the last email that was sent, Jamie finds it and sees that they have some brown sex links available. So here we are. We went yesterday. Actually, my mother-in-law went because we were out of town. Post office took forever again, called us later than usual. And we got the last of the brown sex links for the season. And we wanted to add chickens before the end of the year. So these girls, I was going to say guys, these guys will be laying by spring. So 16 weeks, these should start laying. And these are the same as the brown sex links that we already have. And so we have 54 little babies. You can see how active and healthy they are right now. In 16 weeks, it'll be the beginning of March. We should start seeing eggs. It may be a little later just because the time of year that we have them, but we will have eggs or chickens laying new eggs to start the spring off with our market season. So we're excited about that. Not excited to have chickens this late in the year, but they'll just be in the brooder a little bit longer, which this is big enough now that they'll be okay. And they're not as gross as the Cornish cross in the brooder. Got a big enough area for them, waters and feeders, that they'll be doing good. So like I said, 16 weeks, they'll be laying. So the beginning of March, believe it or not. And if you're doing markets and trying to make a small farm business, you got to have those eggs ready. Not that eggs are a huge profit for us, but we like to have eggs available for people that want them. So we got those in yesterday. Thank you to my mother-in-law who was able to go pick those up. Thank goodness I had that brooder area ready because I was expecting them, but I figured they'd be another day late. If you guys have seen our videos, you know we've had issues with the post office. So 54 brown sex links. If you haven't got your birds yet, probably a little too late. You'll have to get them early in the spring, and we're thinking about adding some more in the early spring when we get our first meat birds, so that way they'll be laying late or early fall, and we'll have eggs throughout the winter. So that's how we're going to combat and keep our egg production going. We'll probably get rid of our oldest flock of brown sex links next year. Once these ones start laying, we'll see how well they're doing. If they're still laying good, obviously we're going to keep them, but we've got some to replace them. Be a little crazy over the winter raising those birds out, but we'll make it work. So we're going to collect eggs today and show you how many we are still getting. I was quite impressed with how many we were getting. It hasn't got too cold here that much yet, but it's starting to, so I'm sure it will continue to go down in production. So we'll go check that out tonight when we collect eggs, see how many we're still getting out of our hens. All right, guys, I got Isaiah out here to help me collect these eggs. Obviously, these chickens are fed. We've got the automatic feeders. If you haven't seen that video, we'll post that up here. Check that out. So we're going to get in here and we're going to count these eggs. Remember, we said there was around 80 to 85 chickens. I know that for sure. My count might be off a little bit. You know how it is counting chickens. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out that I see, so there could be a couple more out, but we're gonna go here and check how many eggs we have. And they have slowed down, but we're still getting a decent amount, so let's see how many there are.
In this coop.
to 32.
$51. $68.
All right. Guys, not bad at all. 68. Like I said, between 80 to 85 hens. We still have those 3 up in that barn. So we haven't lost that much production yet. We're doing well. The hens are doing well. It is going to get colder and the nights get shorter, so we will be losing some more production, but we're happy with where they're at. There's probably a couple over there in the fence line there under the trees. We looked and didn't see any more this evening when we went across, but the hens are doing good. We've got some replacements for this spring. But if they keep laying like this, obviously we're gonna keep them around as long as they're laying well for us. And then we'll replace and we'll have extras in the spring. We've got the 2 chicken tractors that we're not using that will fill up with hens come spring and fall. We're gonna be doing another litter. So really good production today. We had some good help. Normally this is Brooklyn and Isaiah's job. Brooklyn has got a cheerleading game tonight, so we're gonna be heading to that game. If you haven't already, check us out on Instagram and Facebook, and don't forget
To make the change.
All right, guys, we'll see you on the next video.